All right, so this time you've really sent us a doozy with all this Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keoghan stuff. We've got her post on X, the articles from People and TMZ, and then like all over X and TikTok. Everyone's going crazy. Even Du Mois is in on it. So basically, we're trying to figure out, are they done or what?
Yeah, it's wild, right? Like one post and the whole internet's trying to figure out what's going on in their relationship.
Right. And it all started with that post Sabrina made on X on March 28th. It just said, "Done chasing shadows." It's like so cryptic and dramatic.
Done chasing shadows. I mean, it does kind of feel like she's saying she's done with something, like she's moving on.
Oh, totally. Like she's tired of putting in effort.
I mean, that's what's so interesting about this whole thing. They had this image of being kind of on again, off again. So when something like this happens, people are like, oh, here we go again.
Right. Like the stage was already set for a breakup. And then with that post, a lot of people just took it as like the unspoken breakup announcement?
Yeah, it's like the mic drop of breakups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No official statement or anything, just done chasing shadows, and everyone's reading into it.
Totally. And then People magazine comes out with a report from sources saying Sabrina is sick of the hot and cold bullshit. Like, obviously, we always got to be cautious with these insider reports, but it kind of fits with that whole frustrated vibe of the X post.
Yeah, those sources are supposed to be like close to the situation, right? So even if we can't like totally confirm it, it just adds fuel to the fire.
For sure. It makes it seem even more likely that something's up. And then there's this whole idea that she's in her era. She's on this huge tour. Her music is everywhere. She's killing it. And maybe Barry just couldn't handle all that.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. I feel like we see that all the time with celebrity couples. One person's career takes off and the other can't keep up, or it causes problems.
And then when you look at Barry's side of things,
Hmm.
or should I say the lack of Barry, he's been so quiet online. Like in this day and age when everyone goes on social media to clear things up,
Yep.
super noticeable when someone doesn't say anything.
Right. It's like his silence is speaking volumes. Makes you wonder what he's thinking.
And then this happened. He like this post on Instagram that said something about real love waiting. And honestly, people are divided on what it means. Some think it's sweet, like he's hoping for something genuine, and others think it's sad, like he's already moved on.
It's crazy how one little, like, can be interpreted in so many ways, right? Like, what does it mean? I guess it depends what you want to believe.
Exactly. And Barry's fans are coming to his defense, saying things like, he's a dad, give him a break. They're basically reminding everyone that he has other stuff going on in his life besides this.
Yeah. We often forget that celebrities have real lives outside of all this Hollywood stuff, right? Like, he's a dad. That's a big deal.
Definitely adds another layer to the whole situation. Okay, so then TMZ drops this bomb. They're saying Barry tried to do some grand romantic gesture at her show in London, but it backfired, and she basically left. Like, if that's true, that's messy.
TMZ loves a good story, though, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
we got to be careful with what we believe. But it does sound kind of dramatic.
It does. And now for the real curveball. There are people on X who think this whole breakup is fake, like it's all for publicity.
It sounds crazy at first, but we've seen celebrities pull that kind of stuff before.
Yeah. Like they've broken up and gotten back together before, so maybe this is just another one of those. And they're saying Sabrina's tour is doing amazing, so all this buzz is good for her. And then Barry's got that movie coming out too, so maybe it helps him too.
They do say there's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
And some people are even saying her label is behind it, like they're orchestrating this whole thing. Like her label loves a good story.
That's a bit shady if it's true, but I guess we'll never really know for sure.
Exactly. So it could be a real breakup, a publicity stunt, or just another chapter in their dramatic love story. And then there's social media, which is just a whirlwind.
The social media is always the best part, right? It's where you see all the different reactions and opinions.
Sabrina's fans are like throwing parties for her freedom. They're making all these edits of her like ditching Barry set to her song Taste. It's savage, but kind of funny too.
Fans get really invested in their faves, right? So when something like this happens, they really feel it.
And Barry's fans are super sad. They're posting all these sad clips from his movie Saltburn.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of sweet to see how much they care.
Oh, yeah, using those clips to express their sadness. That's clever.
And then there's TikTok, which is on a whole other level. I saw this hilarious meme where Sabrina's singing Please, Please, Please. And in the background, there's Barry crying. It's perfect.
Wow, that's amazing. People are so creative.
And then there's this comment that went viral. It said something like, he's a dad, she's a diva. You get like 80,000 likes. It's so oversimplified, but I guess it resonated with people.
It is kind of funny, though, how people try to sum up these complex relationships in such simple terms, right? Like, he's a dad, she's a diva.
Yeah, it's definitely playing into some stereotypes.
Yeah.
And even Dumois is saying that tour stress was a factor in all of this, so even the anonymous gossipy sources are backing up that idea.
Yeah, Dimois usually knows what's up, so it really seems like their careers were a big part of it.
Right. So basically, we're left with a ton of conflicting information and no real answers. It's like one big mess.
I feel like that's how it always is with celebrity news, though, right?
Pretty much. So the question is, are they really done? We have Sabrina's post, Barry's silence, and then the whole fake breakup theory.
It really depends on how you interpret everything. Like maybe Sabrina was just fed up, maybe Barry's heartbroken, or maybe they're both playing us all. We just don't know.
And that's kind of the point of this whole deep dive.
Yeah.
Like, depending on what you already believe, you can probably find evidence to support it. But the truth is, we're all just speculating.
I guess that's part of the fun of it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up, it really makes you think about the whole nature of celebrity relationships these days, right? Like with social media and the pressure to always be in the spotlight, how much of it is real and how much is just for show?
That's the big question, right? Like what's real anymore? I don't know. It's something to think about.
It definitely is.